Welcome back to my channel. My name is John, call sign Kilo 5 Golf Tango, or the Dutch Ham. And today I'm going to explain a little bit about using the Retevis RT3s with the OpenGD77 firmware. So let's open the software. So this is the main screen. I already loaded my CPS, and on the top you can see the version. It's 2023-09-13, so it's released last week. The most important screen is the DMR ID and call sign. There I set my call sign Kilo 5 Golf Tango and my DMR ID. The call sign, if you want to use APRS, it's important because it has to be a valid call sign in this field. Otherwise, APRS won't work. Also, at the moment, the call sign length is limited to 6 characters. But I think most of the countries will be covered by 6 characters. Maybe there's some countries that have longer call signs, but I think it should be plenty. Then the DMR ID. That's the ID that's assigned to you by dmrid.net. So that's the first screen. Then the second screen, boot screen. That's what you see when you turn the radio on. It's not really that important. I changed mine to text display mode. And on line 1 I display Kilo 5 Golf Tango, my call sign. And line 2 I display the model number of the radio, the R3s. And you also have the option to enable a password. So you have to enter a password when you turn on the radio. Band limits I didn't touch. DTMF settings I also didn't touch. APRS. I created an APRS 144 contact. You can see what's being sent. My transmitted SSID is Kilo 5 Golf Tango number 3. Kilo 5 Golf Tango is being copied from your DMR ID and call sign screen. So that's why it is important. I send it via white 1 and white 2 1. And the icon that I sent is a running man. That's a / and a square opening bracket. You cannot really see what kind of symbol that you're sending. So you have to Google APRS icons, then you will find the tables that are available. There are 2 tables, one with a / and one with a backslash. And the second character is a complete list. It includes small letters, capitals, and all kinds of special characters. Then precision masking. It's how accurate you want to send your GPS location. I have set mine to none, so the location that you will see on aprs.fi will be the location at least within the accuracy of my GPS in my radio. But you can set here how accurate you want to have your location displayed. You also can set a fixed position if you use the radio at home or you don't have GPS. And the baud rate is set to 1200 for use on VHF, UHF. Then in the contacts, under the digital contacts, I have created my talk groups. I created South Texas, name South Texas. The call ID is 31482, that's the DMR ID. It's a group call, and the channel tone slot of time slot override is set to time slot 2. And that will override what's set in the channel. Then the talk group list, I created the Brandmeister talk group list, and I added all the contacts that are available to me. If the screen is empty, all the contacts will be displayed in the left column, and you can add them. So to remove one, just select one, click on delete, then we'll move to the left column. Don't really use those two, so I can remove them. And if you want to add them, select them in the left column. Just click on add. Then it moves to the right column. Zones I'm not really using. I did play around a little bit with it, but at the end I've decided not to use them for the moment. But you can set a zone where repeaters are located. So if you go to town, you can set the town, and then the repeaters are in that area. Then my channels, I will show you my hotspot channel. It's a dual hotspot, so I can receive and transmit on the same time. So that's why I added my receive frequency and my transmit frequency. So it's the mode is digital. My receive frequency is 440.71, and my transmit frequency is 445.71. For this power level, I set to 50 milliwatts. That's the lowest you can go. Because for my hotspot, it's not really necessary to have a high volume. You can set your location, latitude, longitude. If you don't have a GPS, of this will be the location of the repeater or the hotspot, and then on your radio it will display the distance to the repeater or the hotspot. The talk group list, you can see I added Brandmeister to this channel. Color codes is one, that's what's set in my hotspot. So for a repeater, you will have to look at the repeater listing to see what they use. I'm not using any contacts, and repeater slot is programmed to 1, and that will be overridden by the setting of the digital contact, and the talker alias I'm not really using. And so the color code is what is used on your hotspot or on the repeater. And the repeater slot, it's set to time slot 1, but as you can see in my channel, I set the channel override to time slot 2. So when I select the South Texas talk group, it will be overriding the time slot and use time slot 2 instead of time slot 1 that's programmed on the channel. So and that's about it. That's all what's necessary to program a radio. I will show you here on the radio how it looks like. Hope the display will be clear enough. There's a little focus, but you can see it is South Texas on my hotspot. Unfortunately, the timeout is a little short, so the screen will go dark. Just when you press any button, then it will relight again. Now you see that I have selected Texas on my hotspot. So when you turn the center knob, there you go from channel to channel. So this is the analog channel that I've programmed. There's also another analog channel. It's also this M5JLR, this DMR repeater in Los Fresnos, also in the Rio Grande Valley. The only thing that you have to be careful about with your contacts is that the tones of the time slot they use is the same on all the repeaters. Otherwise, you will have to create a separate contact with a different time slot assignment. So let's go back to my hotspot. So you can see now it's on Texas. And with the up and down arrows, you can change channels. And now on the bar turned white, it will be a talk group that you're receiving. So Bremeister Texas, another active channel. And this is another one in Richardson. So with the up and down arrows, you can select the talk group that you want to use, and with the knob, you select the channel that you want to use. And that's what I really like about this firmware. So I hope you liked this video. This was it for today. I hope to see you soon again.